the Barnett Select Board meeting to order at 6.
I caught it.
We all stand for the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Under new business, I am going to add one thing about the grader on that. Old business, there's no update for regarding the construction at the school board. Real quick. And I am going to add the highways F600, the second one. Informational items, just so you know. The MTS software. There's no updated contract, so that'll be next week. And the website will be for next week as well. So Half Moon Lake's not going to be here?
No.
Okay.
It was tonight.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so Half Moon and Rock Lake will not be here tonight as well. Appreciate that, Linda. Everybody see payroll manifest?
Yep.
Everybody see the minutes of June 23rd?
Yep. Make a motion to accept the minutes from June 23rd.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
One intent to cut. One abatement. There. Who's going to be quicker? Sarah. You should be quick. Come on up. Yep. Hoping you'll be real quick.
You know how much you like talking.
Right?
I'm going to give you guys the work that I just had done on the grader. And this is what John Deere is proposing. I also have the mechanic that did the valve change here, and he can explain it better. I'm not a mechanic.
The EGR valve.
Yeah.
What's going on, Richard?
So Sarah called me and said the grader was throwing some codes, and I looked into it and drove out the machine. And basically, codes give you an idea, but they sometimes generalize. So basically, I want to take the EGR valve off to see if it was stuck. It's recycling hydrocarbon gases, so they do fail. The grader is over 7,000. So that's when I took it off. The actual valve it's junk. This should flow. So it's failed. So I went and called United to have one installed. So generally stuff like that, it's $1,000. Generally stuff like that fails. So I put the new one on, and I was told there that so put a new one on, and the operator who was in the thing as it started for a little bit, and then it fell on its face. And what I quickly noticed is the new one, the solenoid was very hot. It has a red flag. I took it off, drove down to United. I said, listen, this does not seem right. And it was still functional. I have a video of it opening and closing and all that stuff. And I asked him I wanted to be able to test the pins out, home and out. That's our thing. Like, is there a short in this thing? Because unfortunately, I don't care what new parts or anything. There's bad ones. I've seen hydraulic pumps breaking while the blocks explode and everything else. So they said everything is in the John Deere software. So, and they also said it's a hit and miss. Sometimes you can put them on and calibrate. Sometimes it has to get calibrated with John Deere software. So I explained that to Sarah. They came out this morning and they put the computer on it, and
They told Mike they were only going to get calibrated, I can't say that word correctly, but, and then me and the crew went to West Walk to change out the culvert, and I said, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out, don't hesitate. I didn't hear anything. The tech went into Fran said that the tech told Fran that the ECU is junk. It cried. And then got a phone call. Fran got a phone call from a guy named Shane, and Fran said, well, I need an estimate. And that's the estimate that is being passed around right now because it's junk now. I don't know, when we left, he said it was only going to take a few minutes because it was calibrated and everything was going to be fine. So I don't know if the tech did it or if the new valve was junk originally. And this is why I have him here because I'm not a mechanic. So I didn't check it out.
Is it possible that the tech
I guess the way I look at it is, it's actually good that now it's in the dealer's hands. Because my gut tells me that new one is not right. It shouldn't generate that much that fast. So they're going to go and have put it here, and the fact is, if it's dead, it's dead. If they, and I told her this, if they change it out, I'll pull the software, and they go to fire it up, and as far as that one, then you got a brand new defective John Deere part that's chewing up the computers. There's no other way. I don't have the software. I'm not going to spend thousands, and generally this is not a software issue. So it sort of needs to play out, unfortunately. I guess this part's a month out, but anything I did was nothing. I mean, and the other thing also is, and you might notice that the general rule is on all these 24-volt systems, computers are basically pushing out 5 volts. It's 4, 8 to 5. But if this thing's wired wrong and it's backfeeding, then game over. I could not believe it wasn't even a minute, and I put my hand on it, and it literally almost burned it. I licked my skin because I knew it was going to burn my. I was like, no, this is not right. They're made to take heat. So basically, unfortunately, we have the old one. We know it's junk. They, I don't know what the tech did. No one was there. Unfortunately, I can't speak for that. But if in fact that part is there, if that is the case, then it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Do you know the tech that came out from John Deere?
No, I just asked her to.
She knew who it was.
And it's not on the paperwork either. I can find that out and let you know tomorrow morning.
I mean, you can let me know there's more.
The thing is when Mike told me that there was codes popped up over here on, we call it Little New Road. He wasn't very far from the shop. I said, okay, finish what you're doing, like turn it around and just go back to the shop because I don't want anything to happen. I called Richard and said something to him about it. He came right out afterwards as soon as the grader got back to the shop. So it wasn't, it didn't go into limbo. Nothing else was happening, just those codes. And then I sent him pictures of the codes. He ran what it could be, and that's what it comes up as. And, yeah.
So ultimately, you need approval for $3,804.80.
Yeah.
So you do have money in that line item. So if the board does approve that amount, you'd be left with $6,234.80 in that line item, just so you're aware. So, and that includes what he's already done too.
Okay, does that count towards like culverts and stuff? Because I've only ordered 6 culverts, so I can.
No, this line is specific just to the grader only, just the maintenance for just the grader only. That's all.
Okay, I was just asking.
So,
And then we'll find out, it's gonna tell us what's going on, right? If it was a part.
If they put a computer in, they're going to still upload software, and the computer's going to come blind. And then,
Then we can take that step when we get to. Okay.
Then at that point, John Deere's going to have nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
they're going to know. So, but from what I saw, it's quite possible that it was just real bad timing. You know, it's got, whatever, 7,000 something hours. I mean, the heat cycle just leaves over the vibration and everything else, and you know, so it just those, that equipment is subject to so much, or it could be just a coincidence of bad time.
Yeah.
But it needs to play out because I don't fully.
And you said that part's a month out,
Yeah, the end of July.
so the grader's down a month.
That's not
work.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
not
people on time.
I mean, I can do the best with what we have for equipment.
With a rake.
I mean,
Well, we do have the rate, if it comes down to it. We also have the loader, we have trucks.
we can figure something out. But
Figure something out when it comes to like
So-
the holes and stuff.
ultimately, said she needs to have the approval to at least get it ordered and see if they can
Yeah,
speed the
and-
order up.
yeah.
So
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking the grader down for a month, you know.
I may make a
I
phone
mean,
call,
but there's nothing you can do.
So
How much
looking
is that?
$3,804.80. That's what 3,800. We are looking for a motion.
$4.
$3,804.80. So
I'll make a motion to spend the $3,804.80 to repair.
do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Keep me informed. Keep me informed with that. So I might make a phone call to a parts guy anyways.
Yeah. I'll
There.
let you know who was the tech.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Boy, what a good looking crew.
Right? Right? Okay, deputy. This is all you.
Cistern?
Afterwards. Well, we're gonna let you do your thing first. And then we're gonna do. So then we're gonna do the sister. So it is. No, they are. I just see them. I just want to make sure it's on. That's all.
I was working on this big long Steve, I mean, crying stuff. But he just did that next door for all of them. Steve, Al. I didn't know before I came to work for you, but we've become pretty good friends. We stay that way. On behalf of the town and Boston Fire Rescue, we got your little token plaque on it. Reads Alfred Poulin, Jr., Chief of Department, Boston Fire Rescue, 2019. Thank you, Chief. First of all, I'm honored to be here tonight. I'd like to thank certain members. First of all, the very first I want to really thank for Sean McCready. If it wasn't for Sean, I wouldn't be here. Also, I want to thank Rick Wood. Rick talked to me 6 months before that, asked me to come and work. I had to think about it. And I was a friend of his for 20, 30 years. So I owe a lot to those guys. I also owe a lot to all you guys and girls. Thank you for everything, for your support. We may not always have agreed together, but we came to the best conclusion for this department, for this town. And also, some of you guys don't know, I've actually been in Boston since 1984, to be honest with you. So when people say you're a new guy in town, I've been here all longer than probably some people. So I've always had this desire for this town. Becky's been here too, Becky's been here for all that too. So, I've always had a desire for this town. I used to spend 6 months in Manchester and 6 months up here. My kid never knew what shoes were, because all summer long he'd go without shoes, and he lived up here every summer, late. So, when I was asked to come up here back in 2018, I started. I was a deputy chief of the town. I was very proud of it. I knew my role. I ended up becoming the chief of the town. I was very proud of that. And every morning I come to work and I drive to work. And I had about an hour and 15-minute drive. And I wasn't going 90 miles an hour. I go faster than 75 to 76 miles an hour.
You're pushing it.
No, I don't agree. That's my point. I'm 55 to 75.
You're pushing it, so you don't go faster than 60.
So that's why I never said anything else. I thought it was kind of comical. I got a lot of texts, a lot of comments, but that's okay. Every day I came to work, I always had a vision or a plan for that day. Trying to figure out who I was going to work with, what we were going to do, and how we were going to make this town and this department better every single day. All these firefighters, everybody here, including Brett Douglas, you came around by himself. They made that firehouse and made that department special. There's a lot of things structurally we did to the building. We made the living environment. We were able to get a brand new ladder truck because of Sean Mulcahy and all his hard work and other firefighters that helped him. We were able to get a rescue truck after 3 years. A utility truck that took the longest, my God. It was easier getting a tower truck than the utility truck. But every day, I saw everybody grow. Look at Kyle. When I came here, he was an explorer. Look at him, he thinks he's cheap now. Look at him. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the past members, Diane, everybody, all of them. I want to thank them all. I wish they were all here. The budget committee members. I learned a lot from Sean. I learned a lot from Will. Without Will, I wouldn't be the person I am right now in the chief here. Will was the rock of this department. Will was the bean counter, I will tell you that. And he still is, right here. Didn't like dealing with personnel issues, didn't like dealing with fires that much. But everything else, if there was a problem, Will Bartel stood up and said, I'll take care of it. Chief, don't worry about it. And all these other guys were all given their delegated tasks, and they did it. Whether they did exactly what I wanted, but they took the role on and finished the task in the way we wanted. So, in closing here, town's been great to me. I want to thank everybody. And I hope I gave 100%. I know I gave 100% every day I came to work. And I want to thank everybody. And I wish you guys all the best. And I'm always here. So if you need something, let me know. But please treat these guys good. Please. Okay, I know you have in the last couple of years, Rick. I know, but remember who they are.
I didn't know how good looking they were.
They're the ones that show up on weekends, holidays, nights, everything. They're a good group of people, I can tell you that. I wish them all the best of luck. And I want to thank my wife and my son and my daughter-in-law and Mason. They're supporting my sister-in-law too, Jen Farr. She sells beef from White Oak Road. Thank you very much. That's all I have. Thank you for the listening.
Don't go too far.
Right.
We still got. Jesus.
Al, I want to say something. I know it's unusual, but just a couple of things that I think are really important. One is you always had your people that came first with you. It's number one. And number two, there's been a lot of good, bad, and ugly. There always is. You always took the high road for the department and for the town of Barnstead. And I think you should be commended for that.
Thank you.
I wanted to on a beach sales pitch or something for Jen.
So, Chief.
Yes.
Cistern request there.
Yes.
So we got, everybody's got a copy of what the chief drafted up there. I know there were some questions.
Let me stop and get it. So, I went to a budget meeting. I was asked, Chief, what do you have? I was learning that we only have $1 in the budget for
On the warrant article.
warrant. Yes, thank you. So, and the question was, Chief, you don't have a plan. And guess what? That gentleman was right. I did not have a plan. He was exactly right. So that really bugged me. I talked to Will about it. I said, we're going to come up with a cistern plan. No matter if we're only here for 3 more months, 2 more days, and 5 minutes. We're going to come up with a plan. So after talking and looking geographically around town, we actually found 2 more dry hydrants that we never knew we had. They're private ones, but we can use them. Geographically, we found out like the North Monstead Road area has little water. So after talking to Matt Furby, he talked to the foundation, Blue Hills Foundation, and they own several hundred acres of land up there. And Matt talked to them and more or less got a waiver or some kind of not grant, but a waiver that we could actually install a cistern on their property. We have an easement to it. And that's something that legal would have to figure out. And then I also went out and got a price for a cistern from Shade Concrete. That does not include the excavation or the crane work and maybe some, like the coating, but that is a base price. Now, originally we had $108,000 in the cistern. If you remember right, Rusty Kraus stood up and got the town vote for $25,000 additional dollars. That leaves us with $133,928.22, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good for remembering that. So we do have the money to put a cistern in up there. We can save money by having the town maybe help us out and bring some fill up or whenever, and then backfill it. It's up to you guys. But I do have a plan. That's one of the plans right there. Bring it forward to you guys. Make a decision. If you want to move forward or not. I think it's a great plan for this year. We have the account so that next year somebody can say, hey, we put $25,000. We haven't spent a penny in that account. What are we doing? At least we can show the taxpayer this is what we're doing. It was a geographical area that had no water. We had some money in there. We didn't spend it all. We still have money in case we need to repair. We still need to repair the one down by the boat ramp by the parade. But we can put a cistern in. Additionally, Lester Huckins, is that the property? I met with the planning board. They are putting in the second cistern. We came to an agreement. I met with them. I met with the chairman, which I can't say she's wonderful. Whatever her name is, Nancy Carr. And
I don't think I've ever heard that in the same sentence.
I know. And we came to a gentleman's agreement with Joe Cushion, the son-in-law, and he is installing the second cistern according to the agreement that was 20 years ago. So we are having another one there also. So we are moving forward with that. I mean, after this one, we probably look around for another one, or whoever's in charge next, or maybe Will, or can look around and see where else. But I think it would be a great idea to pursue this. It needs a little more work to it, but it's a start of something. Any questions?
Board got any questions for?
What do we have in the cistern account right now?
$138,000.
And the cistern's going to cost
133.
133.
920.
So that's going to pretty much
Interest. Yeah, we weren't counting interest, so yeah.
So it's pretty much going to drain that, right?
The cistern is only 71,000.
71,000.
71,000.
Well, that's just for that, right? And then you got to do the excavation.
Like
That's
you
crazy.
say,
Giving more than $10,000.
but I think, didn't you mention him possibly we had the highway department do some
My
of that
idea would be,
prep work?
when the highway department has a day or two here and there, go up there and do some prep work. You do have an excavator, correct? A wheel excavator, right?
I mean, we do, but they don't have time to do that. They've got too much on their plate.
Okay, all right. That's up to you guys, but maybe, put it out to bid. Maybe like Rocky or somebody like that can come up here with the excavator. I mean, grub the area out, bring some fill in. It has to be compacted. It has to be done correctly. They have an engineer that comes out and actually looks at the site prior to installation. And when Robert's being installed, they have an engineer on site. Doesn't include the crane. The crane's about $4,000 a day to have it installed. That's the price that Joe Cushing ended up paying. And then backfilling it. It's gotta have about probably 4 feet of backfill on it. So. I just think it's a positive way moving forward.
Mhm.
You know, use some of that money so that taxpayer can say, you know, we put money every year into this account, and we're not doing anything with it. And that area really needs some water.
Well, that money, those monies are for repair as well.
We're still gonna have, even if we spend, say, 90,000 on it, we're still gonna have almost 40,000 left over
Mhm.
for any type of repair. The only repair we really have right now is the boat ramp from the parade. We need, Michael, what's his name? Huggins?
Oh, Huggins,
Higgins?
Mikey.
Mikey,
Yeah,
look,
Mikey.
look at it, if you go up there and look at it.
Yeah.
And, you know, weld up or figure out what's going on. We have some kind of leak, you can ask, Chief Pat.
So does the board want to move forward with it? Want to hold off? Want to talk more about it?
I mean, we hold off the price of concrete, the price of cistern is only gonna go up.
And there's
Do you have your,
3 to 4 month lead time when you order everything from Shea.
Yeah.
Too, because this is the exact same one that Lester Huckins is purchasing. So
We actually get a better price.
You got a what?
We get a better price. It's for emission municipality, so.
do you have a priority rating or anything like that for your cisterns? Like which ones are more important than others based upon water supply in the area?
I wouldn't say a priority, I would say the ones that have no water around them at all is a priority.
Right.
For cistern.
So you have a list of those obviously, and those
So
are.
there is a proposed map that was written up quite a few years ago
Mhm.
of possible water sources and the ones we haven't used. And that North Barnstead area road up there was one of the areas, geographical areas that we need to look at.
Mhm.
There's nothing up there.
No, I
Yeah.
get it.
There's nothing up there at all. And it's on a solid road, it's on a straightaway, it's off to the right. So I went up there and looked at it, I mean, there's a few trees need to be cut down. And, you know, it needs some grubbing out, it needs some work, but I think, you know, it's something that we can do pretty, you know, like Rocky, get somebody to look at it, give us a fair price for it.
Mhm.
It's not like they're digging a big hole, because it's basically, it's a little, that area, we're more or less just grubbing it out, putting it on solid ground, and then backfilling.
Mhm.
So it's off to the right hand side. And the power lines are on the left hand side.
I mean, I understand the importance of them. I just don't know how frequently we use them, and it's a lot of money.
And that's why we have it.
I mean, I can't look at the frequency. I just got to look at it. When you need it, you need it.
Right,
So,
exactly.
because if you ain't got it, you got to do a tanker shuttle. I'm pretty sure you might remember
That's what the
Beauty
money's
Hill.
for, right?
road and how many tankers we had because of water supply and the turnaround time.
Yep.
Well, maybe we should find out how much the rest of it is gonna cost.
We
You
can
know,
put,
like the excavation and all the rest of it, so we know the total cost.
I mean, yeah, we can put that out to bid, the excavation. We have the total cost to go from there if the board wants. So, but while the chief was still here, I wanted he had all the information, so
Yeah.
for the board to hear it from him.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea to drain the account, you know? I mean, if we can still do it and keep some money in there in case we absolutely have to have it, I think that's a good idea.
I agree 100%, not trading the account. I still think after the cistern and the crane and $10,000-$15,000 excavation, we're still gonna have probably 30 to 35 to 40,000 in that account. And then next year, they add another 25, it'd be almost 65,000.
So really, this would be something to plan for next year. Because if it's a 3-4 month lead time for Shea to get those prefab,
Right.
plan
That puts
everything.
you into-
To give us time to get bids and everything.
Bids.
The fall would be the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Not the spring with the roads and everything, not the summer,
I mean, 'cause
the
we're talking,
heavy traffic. The fall would be best.
so we're talking October, November. That's when everything. If we did it right now, everything would be available. So does the board want to at least go out to bid and get a rough number for excavation? So we have that plan accordingly, and we'll have numbers for budget season too.
Or we could approve it with a not to exceed. Think that's safe?
I mean, I don't know what the excavation is going to be, so I don't even want to guess at it. So, because
I'll make a motion, we put this out to bid, find out what the excavation's gonna be, and come up with the final cost.
Yeah.
And then we can make a final decision then, right?
yeah, because I mean, today's price might not be what next year's price is going to
Right,
be. So,
we're gonna have to,
yeah.
we've got the 3 or 4 month leeway anyway, so.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll put that up a bid. And then the last thing we got to talk about, utility truck, the old one.
Yes.
Anybody have questions for him?
How does it run?
It runs, it needs,
You turn the key.
yeah, it needs an exhaust. Kyle, it needs significant work. It is in running condition, but it's.
I mean, the body didn't look that bad. It's got some rust. I saw that.
There is no inspection.
There are no inspections.
Yeah, no more inspection,
Um,
we're good.
But we're more curious on the engine and how the engine runs. And
Engine runs good. You need manifold, back exhaust, all sorts of front end work. It's, I would call it extensive body work. The tailgate's pretty rough on it.
you throw some fender flares on that thing. Okay.
The check engine light is on, so you got.
Yeah.
Other than that, engine does run good.
That check engine light's been on for an EVAP quote forever.
It's
Since it left the dealership, probably.
So as of right now, all the fire department signage has been taken off, and also all the radios, all that's been stripped out. The radios and everything else is salvaged in case we lose a radio or something happens, so at least we have like a backup older radio. And the lights were so we saved all that. We probably never use them again. So you want to put them on one of your cars, if you want them in your car.
No, thank you.
He's gonna put it on his bike.
So, but it's sitting at the station one right now.
So making it a utility wood truck is probably not something that you're considering.
I'm just gonna give it to Sarah.
Sarah would look good at
Sarah doesn't want it.
How about Annie?
it. Andy will
Pretty
take
sure
it.
she doesn't want it either.
That doesn't have vehicles over there.
I would just put it on the bid like we did the other utility truck.
We'll send it to auction.
Yeah, couple deals.
Sounds like you're gonna send it to scrap, but
No, I wouldn't do that.
Sounds like a top.
If somebody wanted for a used plow truck, I mean, or a farm truck,
Kyle will buy it.
that's why he went to set up.
Put it right next to the.
put it with his fleet, yeah.
So does the board want to put it on govdeals.com with like we did? We're gonna do with the highway department stuff. Put it up there.
Jason was the one who's got it all on.
I'm fine with that.
Is it raining? Oh, it is raining.
Put it on that deal.
Do you have an account so you can bid on it?
No.
You can borrow mine.
I don't care what we do with it.
Okay. Motion to sell it.
Motion to auction it. Is that what it is?
Motion to put it on govdeals.com.
Yeah.
Or you gotta wait till the fall if you want to do the state auction. So now we can put it on now and get rid of it sooner.
Okay.
So
We'll make a motion. We do that.
I'll second
you have anything to say? All in favor?
it.
Aye.
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 Should be a pretty big demand out there for old green
Oh,
fire.
hell yeah. Oh yeah.
You'd be surprised. That's all, Al.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Al.
Jimmy. Wait.
I know. It's boring.
see it now. I'm in that. It's forward.
Look at the girls don't let her go.
I was gonna. I miss you guys.
Can't believe it.
Okay, Jesse. Here we go. First thing, follow up on hours. I don't know what's
I think when you started, you said 2 months, and now it's starting from the 26th of May or 20-something of May. So that brings us to the end of July anyway.
That's what we originally did.
Yeah.
If we needed to do it sooner, we could do it sooner. So.
And we have 2 part-times now, right?
Huh?
We have 2 part-times now, right?
Well, I forgot that.
But I don't work the full time.
And then you have another one too, right?
No. Where?
No, I thought we were looking at somebody else too.
We haven't had that one.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's applied for it. But,
All right. So you don't feel that you're ready to go back?
No. And it wouldn't be fair if I brought somebody new in because they have to shadow for 45 days. So it's going to be just an open window because they can't do anything until they're trained or can be invited recruits and elections.
Okay, so you're talking more than 2 months now. Well, we can't do that. Can't do that.
I'm not bringing myself on either.
I mean, we've had a lot of complaints about the hours.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm just going to say that, but
We have a Dropbox, there's online, I am one person and I can only do so much.
I mean, the Dropbox and the online, like, they're still standing in front of you, so it's still the same amount of work.
It is
At the end
still
of
the
the day.
same amount of work.
So,
Yeah, we had somebody in line this afternoon that paid for it online, and came up to the window and wanted to do a registration.
yeah.
She was waiting, she did it on.
I was like,
Any of the board members with any comments on the hours? Thoughts on it?
I think we need to go back to the regular hours.
I know there's a lot of complaints.
Yeah, they used to. I mean, we're busy, when we open, we don't stop till we're
Oh, I'm sure.
It's quite brutal, actually.
Well, anytime you consolidate your hours into a smaller window,
Right.
that's what happens. So whether you get the same people all day or whether you get the same people between 12 and 4.
and then what am I supposed to do to online in the mail?
I don't know how that office runs. I just know that it needs to be back up and running. We have 2 part-time people right now, plus yourself. Okay, that's 3 people for the week.
Well,
And Greta's
but
learning our
Greta-
system because
right,
it's a
she
fully
doesn't-
different system.
right,
She works 2 days, right?
right,
But at some point, Mary's no longer going to be able to work.
Exactly.
right,
So,
because you're gonna get my numbers.
because you're going to be at your hours and you still got 2 elections coming up
Yeah.
that
I
Mary's got to be at.
Trust me, I know.
So,
That's the thing, so right now I work like 16 and a half hours a week, which, I mean, that eats up a lot of that 1,200, so, or 1,300.
yeah, but that's not, I'm not talking 1,300 hours. I'm talking what was budgeted.
Right, but you're just gonna put the excess against Melissa's line.
No, we're not. You have your own line, and we're
Okay.
not overexpending your line
Okay,
on that.
but
So
you
the board has-
probably are overexpending already.
Not yet. We're coming close to it.
It's pretty close.
And if you want to overexpend it, then the board has to make a motion to overexpend it, and we haven't yet.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
So if that
Well,
happens and they don't get married, then the office would be closed even more then. Because I
Well,
can't do it.
you just have to remember, you can't close the office. It has to. You cannot. It has to be the board of selectmen. That is still a town service. It is. That is still a town service. You cannot close the office. The board of selectmen set the hours for the office. It is not you. I have, and I've already talked to the attorney about this. Okay. So
Is there a way to add more hours?
How?
I don't know how.
You gonna come work?
Figure it out. You've been doing it for 5 years. You should be able to figure it out.
Hey, with no vacation, no time off, and my brain died. You wanna get into that shit? Okay.
Jesse, you're missing the point. The point
No,
is,
I'm not.
yeah,
The disrespect that I've had from some people in here, it's not acceptable.
you had a full-time person. It didn't work out.
We're not going
and I
down
have
that.
no notice.
So you get another person. So start interviewing people. Find somebody to get in there.
But nobody's
Just
applied. Did
Right.
ad just went out yesterday?
No, last week.
last week we went out there.
Friday.
Jesse gave it to her.
Okay, so it's Friday. So it's still only 2 days,
I mean,
basically.
Jesse's not the only department. I mean, we've got all departments there. No one's applying for, so. And it's not just us. It's around the state. So I've read numerous articles where even the summer help employment is low, hiring. So, so the board want to keep
Is
the
there
hours?
any, do you guys not have any ideas of like the person we have now, but like is from Pittsfield, somebody that's already, trained, that might be looking for part-time help nearby,
Because we don't know most people that work, that are deputies and stuff like that, they work full-time. So it's very hard to find a part-time person, and we're very lucky that Greta is only working part-time. But she still has to learn half of this is half of our system. Because she can do taxes, no problem, because it's the same software. It's a different, we do know it is a different thing, but almost everybody else in the state is on the tax. They do the same.
so, and then I'm just asking, why do we do it different than everybody else?
Because we're what's called a browser town, we've been a browser town for a long time. So if we weren't a browser town, we would have to pay $8,000 for software, and then we wouldn't get. Right.
We
So-
chose not to do the software.
Well, I mean,
It was
to
more of a
me, we
paper
get
thing.
to talk to the state, so we talk directly to the state.
Mhm.
If they have a problem in the other towns, they call their software company, who then calls the state. So it's like
Well, no, what they have is online support, kind of like chat.
Help desk, yeah.
It's the same concept. So you either stand on the phone or you sit in your chat box. But in either case, it's the same amount of time. Or it could be faster. Who knows?
It's faster than this one. Greta's already stated.
Yeah, because yep. And we chose not to do that a while back. So we didn't choose it.
So what's the board agreeing on for hours? So we're all on the same page here.
Has anybody applied at all? No.
Nope.
Roughly how much, I know taxes are due, our tax bills are due tomorrow, right? So the majority of, I know it'll go probably like another week, right, with the heavy tax payments. So maybe we get through that, and then like everyone else has said, we are getting a lot of complaints about the hours. That's just a fact.
Keep it at what we originally approved for the 2 months.
Finish the 2 months.
Finish the 2 months at that point.
And I think that we've got to do something because I don't know how.
Well, you're not going to be able to another month from now.
Well,
We're gonna talk about having to train
So-
somebody for 45 days, I mean,
you're talking, my money's getting really close, then it's gonna be pretty, it's gotta be up around 9,000, 8,000.
It's close.
Yeah, something like that.
So far, 7,300, just over dollars, 376 hours.
So
You're
that means we'll be on balance probably by the end of the month.
You'll be out of hours and you won't be able to work the election then.
Not unless you move the line. I mean, you lost Melissa's line. She wasn't drawing the salary out of that office. So originally we said, that we could overspend on item. And then just take it out of Melissa's line because that line doesn't exist anymore in the office except for like printer works. 16, 18, 16, 18
For that. So the board would have to authorize the overexpend Mary's line if they choose to. But if we hire somebody else, then it comes out of Melissa's line. Because right now Greta's is coming out of Melissa's line.
That's fine, but it's not coming out of, you know what I mean, it's, that line has already been since
A lot of
May.
it's been voted on.
Right, so Melissa hasn't been using it for long, so there's 3 days a week that hasn't been used since May 12th. So, 7 weeks, I think, with that, so that's 24 hours for 7 weeks. Times 27, that's 7 hours, so it's a good amount, and I'm not covering that, I'm covering 16, maybe
Yeah.
17.
So, does the board want to authorize to overspend now? Or you want to wait? What do you want to do?
If you don't overspend, then she's gonna have a person 2 days a week. Because like she said, they can't do, if somebody comes in the office, they can't do anything for 45 days with PM. They're not allowed to touch a registration. You're only shadowing for 45 days. If I'm out of hours and I'm not working, she's by herself for 3 days a week, and then she and Greta are here for 2 days a week.
And that's 45 working days.
Yeah, and then they have to go to training. Then they have to go to the state for training. And then go training out.
So anything?
I say we open it up, do the best we can.
Open what up?
To hours.
We're not on the hours right now. We're not on the office hours for that.
I'm not extending it, no.
Well, that's what I'm asking for right now, as a board. So,
I think we have to consider overexpending a certain amount. I mean, I don't think it should be unlimited, but I think we need to figure out what we need, what that dollar amount is.
so you want to?
You're gonna need that help at elections, if nothing else, because you have 2 state elections this year.
So let's continue that for next week, so we can do some
Let's
numbers.
work on some numbers and figure out exactly how much we need to.
Yeah, we don't need to vote on extending it if we're not over it yet.
No, I'm saying, but we should
No, yeah, but you'll be there soon.
we should work
Yeah,
should
by
be
the end
working
of
on
the
it.
month, probably.
That's it.
But see, that's
Well, today is the end of the month.
so, that's just, end of July.
Right now.
So it's about 400. 407.
407's all she has.
403. 87. So
So she's only got 27 hours left. So that's 1 week. So she's doing 3 days.
Yeah, I'm doing 16 and a half, about 16 and a half, 17 hours a week.
Still 3 days, yeah. So 2 days this week and one day next week.
What does Greta do?
She does
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday,
Wednesday, 2 days.
and I do Monday, Thursday, Friday, whatever time I get out. Sometimes it's 5 o'clock, sometimes.
Why does she do 3 days at the other place?
Yeah.
3 full days.
Mhm.
And she does 2 half days here,
No,
2 full days.
Tuesday, Friday.
Okay. We'll get back to that next week on the hours. Run that. We did have some complaints on some tax records that were suppressed. Can you explain that? Yep. You try to go on the tax records and can't find them.
Yep, so you have the option, Avatar gives you the option of suppressing your tax records if
Yep.
you wanted to. And people have chosen to do that. Mine is probably one that's still suppressed. When we first started with Avatar, that's one of the services that one of the things that you could do is ask to have your tax records suppressed.
Yep.
Mostly people that did it were people that worked here.
So any person in town can make that request, then you would do it.
I would have to check with Avatar, but
We shouldn't be picking and choosing.
okay.
I mean, everybody has the option, or they're all open.
It may be.
That's not a good thing. I mean, think about what you're saying. Only people that work here
No.
are having their records suppressed.
Mine is not
I know mine.
It should be
I'm
public
saying if it's
information.
open to everybody, that's fine. But if it's not, then
I will.
that's an issue, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know the answer to that question, but I know you could ask if that answer first.
So
It's a
who-
question. It's not a question for Avatar. It's a legal question.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that probably worked here that asked to have suppressed are long gone, and their property, I don't know if you can, if it stays with the property after they left, I don't know, I'd have to.
Am I misinformed that this happened in the past? And somebody was spoken to about it? No.
Misinformed. Well, I was.
And was said that it shouldn't go on anymore?
I never heard that. Yep. Not to my knowledge.
So, I mean, the only hard part I have is that it's all public information.
It is public
Yeah.
information.
So
Yep, it is.
that's the hard part.
And nobody,
Yep. Well, they could come in and look at the tax records.
Was it Karen?
Just only that I did call Avatar and spoke to them about it, and they said typically, first of all, it's something that the town clerk tax collectors can do. They're the ones that can suppress it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said typically you only see it if it might be a police officer or if someone was in witness protection. She said basically that's the only time you see it. Other than that, it's public record, public information.
But it's never been sent to me, so. Yeah, we could probably do that. Because I don't know if it stays with the property, because I know one of the properties is sold. I think most of them are suppressed too, but.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions for Jesse?
Is there any possibility you're noon to 4 when you're open, right?
No,
4:30. Is there any benefit to having like morning hours on one day instead?
I don't know, I did it straight across the board to keep things simple.
Right.
That's what we were trying to do, is keep it simple.
I'm just wondering if there's some people that maybe would want to come in before they go to work or something.
Right, well, we tell people to work.
30 and
Right.
Yeah, it would be like 8:30, but then, it's, like I said, it was, before we started, it was hard enough getting them to remember the third Wednesday, so having
still
like 2 days this week, 2 days this, it's,
Yep.
to me, it's too confusing. But, I think at some point we can open it back up, but I don't know especially if I'm going.
Anything else for Jesse? Anything else for us?
No, just can't wait. Would be great.
Talk about that.
We'll talk about that next week.
Okay, alright,
So if you want to talk about that situation, that's going to be a non-public situation.
okay,
So
Yeah.
I'll give you the heads up on that one
okay,
if you want. Okay.
then,
Just because it involves an employee,
for next week,
if you want. So we'll plan for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
alright.
Thank you, Jesse. Okay.
I like your shirt.
Got that down. Got that down.
No, next week. Oh, why put that stuff up? Have it stick around. Do it afterwards. Police department grants?
Annie, police grants. Come on up.
Well,
Lots of them. There was a lot of them there, so I was like, yeah.
So we have police grants that we're starting for the next fiscal year, which is this year. Brendan's been working on the grant, we worked to that. The grants are mobilization grants that come with stocks and mobilization, and so the officers paid overtime, but it's paid, it's reimbursed to the town. And it's to help cover the cost of like the engines and the cruiser, the radars.
so it covers extra labor costs? Is that what you said?
It covers all but the installation of the equipment.
Oh,
So
okay.
the hours that the officer is working is paid, and then depending on which grant you're looking at, like some of the stuff is covered, like printers, those things are 100% covered.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other items are paid at whatever the percentage is.
Okay, this is just for DWIs, or is this?
DWI, speed, mobilization.
Okay. All right, how much is that grant for, you know?
My dad is.
Was that
It's in the
paperwork on that?
Yeah, it was like, I thought there was like 3 different ones or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a bunch.
Radar, controls, this is MTE.
DT. Must be the computer.
So some of that's the quotes from the different, the three sources that we're getting from, some of the entities.
Yep.
And then the radars and Nemo. If you look at the, it's got this hand that talks about like, that's me breaking it down. It talks about how much each one is. So the only thing that the town, as far as like the hours work, so let's just say I'll just use the basic number of $1,000 if they pay us towards it. If we
Yeah.
went over like 1,100, then the town would be responsible for $100 for the town.
And these are available this year, you said?
It starts later this year. It's a
Is the actual pricing of
No, I know.
so the board has to make has to approve, right?
so we're,
To apply for the grant?
To apply.
yeah, so we'll send it into the state, and then the state will approve and not approve, and then so we'll do it. Approving it, so they approve it, and then it comes to the board to their offer.
Mm-hmm.
Approve that.
So one grant for 8,500. One grant says 8,500 there. The other one's $5,550. Is this one big line grant or is it all individual?
So it's, the traffic stops that the controlling portion of it is all one, but it counts towards all the different grants. So we use, it's not like we have to say, we need 10 controls for the NDTs, 10 controls for this. It's all one collectively and it gets money out to them.
Gets distributed to all three.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So collectively, you're talking about $30,260 total quote. What's that on the second to last page?
The right
That's
as well.
the second to last page over there. So
Okay, so if the grants for the DWs is $1,600, and then speed is $1,600, mobilization is $2,000. So that's the part of the patrol part. So the officer can't be out more than $1,600. We pay that.
Yep.
The radars, they pay up to 75%. It depends on how many we're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then so then printers and scanners are covered at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just pay the installation on those. And then MDTs has paid at reimbursed at 25%. So the PD pays 25% of it. So
You say it's one grant that gets divvied up.
when I'm saying the grant part of it, it's the patrol portion of it is divvied up to all of them. So
Okay.
I
would say we don't have to apply for each individual grant. We just apply once and then.
we're applying all of it at the same time.
Okay.
The fiscal year, yes, of fiscal year 27 is these mobilizations, and we can apply for these different items. How many MDTs we need, how many radars we need, so on. But the mobilization part of it is all one.
So when you add it all up, it comes out to that.
About 30,000.
They're about 30,000. Or is it?
Lord, I'm making my bifocals. I don't even have bifocals.
I just wanted to.
So she broke them down. So I don't have the total number, but she broke them down. So this is the MDT's cost that we're looking to use is this one. And this is for one MDT. That's the Going Cruiser one. So we can do a second MDT on the loan. It wouldn't need to be paid out. She's saying the loan can be up like a trial. The trial.
Yep.
So the trial can be up to a year. She's saying. So if we had one MDT, at the moment we only have one cruiser that doesn't have an MDT.
Mm-hmm.
These are the other towns that also use that company.
All that.
There's more, but you just gave us the district. So this is the breakdown of how much money we're getting for a grant.
Yep.
For the each item.
Well, obviously you got to come up with the money first, and then
Yes,
get reimbursed.
and then you get reimbursed.
So-
and Karen was saying it's pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Turnaround.
Yes. So the payment for the officers comes as they work.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's in payroll.
Yes.
Oh, so this is the cost of the items, what she broke down. It's just the cost of the items. But
The
we already broke down in this other paper. We already broke down like
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
yeah, but she already added everything up. And the MDT's one includes the installation.
Most of it. Yeah, it's a little confusing. So I just want to make sure I understand it.
Yeah, so that was the cost of the actual replacement, and then she broke it down to what the each portion is and what the grant portion is.
Anybody else have any questions on this? Let's see. You understand it, Jason?
I think next year, like, not just with 27, but then the following
28.
year, we'll be working on the grant to be mobilized around town.
Through a grant. Okay.
A what?
Radar trailer.
A radar trailer?
So it's almost like, this road, we have a bunch of speeders.
Oh, okay. Yep. One of those you can drop off.
Yes.
Yeah. Those take pictures and record too?
That's it.
I'm all for that.
I'll make a motion to apply for the grant.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That's all for now.
Anything else?
Not yet. Okay. The swale. You want to look at that before we talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna look at it before we talk about that. North Barnstead in Georgetown. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got the drawing. Did you look at Bull Lake, Jason?
Negative.
I'll send him a homework list. Okay. So we'll have the spell for next week. Carry that over there.
You get at least an hour. You're not doing that, so anything during the day.
Make sure I go what's on the list here. Paving update. North Barnstead Road was reclaimed. There, they finally created it today. They're gonna pave North Barnstead Road tomorrow. Maple Street was milled today. The catch basins, structures will be fixed. The grades will be raised tomorrow.
The berm.
And the berm will be Thursday. They're gonna do their Monday. They're gonna pave Maple Street. Tuesday they're gonna do Beauty Hill West, West Lock, Watson Road. And Tuesdays, whatever's left over, they're gonna go spill into Tuesday, and the library will be for Tuesday as well. So, I get it all.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty close.
Hopefully I didn't go too fast with
Guys are pumping it out too before the frost.
that. Right? Yep, they're doing that. So, there's paving there, so that'll be done. Earlier I said there was no update on the school. They haven't gotten back to me yet. The highway
You haven't,
department.
I'm sorry, you haven't heard from anyone from the school about giving us an update on?
Nope, not yet. I
They
gotta.
said we could come by the town meeting on Tuesday night
They told me I could go to a select board meeting.
and
I
get
gotta
an
reach.
update.
I asked them if they could show up either next week or the following week, and I haven't heard back from them, so I need to reach back out to them again. The second highway department F600 there. First off, we don't have enough money in the account to purchase the second one that we committed to last year because of town meeting and the money that got taken out of that warrant article. So and with the pricing, how it goes, right now the cost is $180,000. So the exact cost is $179,752. The second highway department's truck that we won't be able to purchase because we don't have enough money in the account because it got taken out of town meeting. So just so everybody's aware of that. So I was following up, and he just got back to me last week. So that may have to get put on hold. We haven't been reimbursed yet from the first one that we got. So at the moment, that second one may be on hold. So, and that is it. Does the board have anything before I open public input?
Nope.
Nope.
You have anything, Karen?
No.
Okay. Open public input at 7:09. Tell Al to calm down over there. Send it on messages. Come on, Frank. Yeah.
Linda Bramante, 118 North Farmstead Road. I actually had to go over to the library this past week. I ended up going over there twice. And the road, the parking lot when you first go in has got tons of dips.
Did you not just hear me when I said the library is going to be taken care of next Tuesday?
Is it going to be taken care of?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Oh.
Thank you.
I know Frank's over there shaking his head.
Yeah, no, this is, it's gonna be done, but it's just horrible.
It's
Oh, yeah.
gonna be. It's
Yeah.
on the schedule.
Well, I appreciate it, I appreciate it. I also wanted to take and say I came in this week to take and register, a car, and I appreciated all the energy that Jesse and Mary, put out. They were under a lot of stress, there must have been 15 people here. It is what it is until we get somebody to take that position.
Thank you, Linda. You didn't put me into that yet?
I would have gotten the Centennial plates, but we didn't have any.
No, you gotta buy those online.
Oh.
That's where you gotta get those ones, yep. Then you gotta wait 4 to 6 weeks for them to come in.
I had a little question about the chief that talked about the 16 on that road. Because if you look at where Chris Frankie's house is, then it's outdoor ring. From there on, it's 13.5 acres. It's empty.
Wrong
It's
road.
not for sale.
Wrong road.
We're on North
Not North Road, North Barnstead Road.
Barnstead.
North Barnstead Road. No, North Barnstead Road. It's up by where Chris's son lives.
Okay. No.
Up there.
Disregard.
Yeah. It's all good.
All right, so
Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne.
Anybody else public input? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna close public input at 7:12. That's a record. Oh.
We just closed public input.
Okay. Maybe we just check anyways. Okay. So if that's the case, then I make a motion. We go into non-public under RSA 91-A:3:2C.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.